cough coming from you.
Welcome back.
Uh-huh.
I'm back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
We are coming live at you today to talk to you.
Well, first of all, who are we?
We don't know who we are.
When you're sick, you lose all sense of everything.
Everything. I'm Jordan.
I'm Sarah, and we come live every Tuesday, no matter what, on the Families of Character page. We have one person
except for
watching.
last week, I was
Drop
sick.
an emoji if you're watching, if
And
you can relate.
I was sick, down and out sick last week, and Sarah's husband filled in. If y'all did not catch that, tune in.
It was good.
It was good. Date night. How to date your spouse.
Mm-hmm. It was
But
good.
today, we are coming live to talk to you and give you 3
Hi, Amy.
real strategies for your family to survive cold and flu season this year. Because it ain't no joke.
I was just going to say that. It ain't no joke.
It's not!
No, it's
Look
not.
at this. We've got our Advil. We've got our saline nasal spray. We got our tea.
Oh, definitely some tea. You definitely need
Throat
tea.
coat.
Mm-hmm.
Coat your throat.
Good morning.
Good
You
morning.
need some tea. But no, for reals, we're not going to sit here and tell you all the obvious strategies for surviving cold and flu season.
Exactly.
You guys know, your parents, you know how to give your kids some Tylenol. You know how to clean up puke.
And push fluids. You know all the things.
You know all those things.
Yes, we're talking
Yeah.
on a little bit different level
Yep.
about surviving cold and
We
flu
are.
season.
So if you're on Facebook, we've got quite a few people watching on Facebook. So drop an emoji, drop something if you're here watching so we know that you're here and we can welcome you. But just a reminder, today we are talking about how to survive cold and flu season with your family.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So I guess there's like some backstory to this. I'm going to take this off. I can't talk with a mask on my chin. I don't know how doctors do it.
I'm gonna leave this on the
Well,
whole
sniffle.
time.
You leave it on. I don't want to get your
She
flu.
doesn't want to get my
No.
influenza B.
No. So Jordan had influenza B. My whole family had horrible colds. Like not flu, but on the brink of flu. And it lasted about 3-4 weeks. And then, of course, you guys know the struggle that I had foot surgery. I know it's hard to see on the Facebook Live, but I had foot surgery and I'm in a scooter and cannot walk and all these things. So I'm a little bit down and out as well. I'm not totally sick, but not totally capable of doing all my normal things, which is kind of like a sick person.
Yeah.
So in this whole last month, we have learned quite a few things on how in the heck do you survive getting through this.
That's right.
So
What does
Jordan.
it take to keep the family all running and going and doing all the things that you have to do when you're sick?
yeah, we know as parents it doesn't stop, doesn't
That's
slow
right.
down.
That's
So
right.
the first thing is tell your
Let
people,
people know.
not your people in your house.
They already know.
They know.
They know you're sick. They know they're sick. Let your community of friends know. If y'all are on Facebook and Instagram right now, you have a tribe of followers.
That's right. You do.
Put up a post.
Yeah.
Wait, we know what you're thinking. What are they thinking?
They're
Why
thinking,
will they not?
People are thinking I'm just gonna complain.
And you know what? I don't want to ask for help. I have superhero syndrome. I'm just going to do it myself.
That's right. I'm gonna get through it all on my own.
Y'all, that is not the way to do
It's
it.
not.
Mm-mm.
No, the only way you're gonna survive this is if you ask for help from your community.
Exactly.
It's the only way I've survived the past month.
That's the
I'll be
only way I've
honest.
survived too.
And that's the only way you survived the last 2 weeks. Jeez.
Every once in a while, it
Really
sneaks
sick.
up on you. It's a sneak attack.
Don't get me sick. All right. So avoid the superhero syndrome. Ask for help. Just ask.
Put all of those silly thoughts and barriers aside and step forward. Shoot a group text to your closest friends. Whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Let people know. How are people going to help you if they don't know what you're struggling with?
And hey, wait, what kind of help can they help you with? Okay, this is awesome. So Amy says, nah, girl, people need to know. Drop off soup on the front porch for your friends and run.
You can do that. You can just hit and run.
Yes.
I say, I'm doing a drive-by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. And so there's more ways to help. If you're not a cooker,
You don't bake. You don't cook.
nothing. There's other ways you can help too. You know, I know we've had so many meals coming into our house for the past month. People drop meals off at your house.
Yes.
But sometimes doing a meal chain or something like that is intimidating for people. So other ways that you can help. Offer to pick kids up from school or take them home.
Yes.
Offer to take them to basketball practice. Offer to maybe just take them for a play date.
Yes. Bring them
Get 'em
over
out of the
a
house.
box of throat coat tea and a little bit of ibuprofen.
That's true.
And
a little
some
care
masks.
package.
Yeah.
Some care package. So, okay, that is the first strategy.
Let your people know.
That's right. Number 2. What is? Oh, we have
This is my
notes.
favorite.
Don't
Rush.
the recovery.
Don't do it.
No.
We know what you're thinking out there, little mamas. You're thinking, but I've got to get back to work. I've got to get back to the office. I've already been out 2 days. I got to cancel people. Guess what?
You ain't doing no good if
To
you
no
can't
one.
get yourself better.
That's right.
That's right.
So if you go back to work after getting over an illness, what do you need to do when you come home from work for the following 5 days?
Not stay up way past your bedtime trying to catch up on emails that you missed and laundry and
grocery shopping,
all those things. No, go to bed.
Come home, flop on the couch, give your kids some screen time. It's okay.
We're letting you. We're giving you
Survival.
permission.
Yep.
You're in survival mode.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is so true. I watched it happen this whole past month between all the families that we know are sick, my husband included, and Jordan included. It was very apparent to me. I'm like, she's trying to answer emails, and it even happened to me. Like, I just wanted to answer 5 more emails or do 2 more things, like trying to get organized for the next day. And the fact of the matter is you get to this tipping point, and it's very easy to cross over that tipping point. And when you cross over that tipping point, you're not going to allow your body to heal.
That's right. You just
So-
pushed it to the limit and just had to do
Yep.
one more thing, and then your body is trying to fight to heal itself
Yeah.
and to do all the things.
Yeah. So just keep recovering. Even
Rest.
though you think you're better, keep recovering so you don't get sick again.
Yes, rest without guilt. Did you hear that? Without guilt. You don't lay on the couch and go, oh, I should be doing that. No.
No.
You lay there and say, you know what? I deserve this.
And take an Epsom salt bath.
Take an Epsom salt
The
bath.
toxins out.
And when you're not coughing anymore, keep taking the vitamins.
There you go.
Finish your antibiotic. Do all those things that help people.
You sound like a commercial.
I do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's the second tip. Keep
Yes.
on recovering. Don't
Exactly.
bounce back into life and do all the things. It's just going to throw you into exhaustion. And
That's right.
I think that's why people feel so exhausted by the time they get to March.
Yeah.
Like, if you evaluate, like, what is really going on in the people around you, everyone is always like, I'm so tired. Life just never slows down. Well, guess what? It's not going to slow down unless you make it a priority to slow down.
That's right. And think about your kids too, right?
Yeah.
Your kids stay home from school sick a couple days, and then what do we have a tendency to do? Throw them right back into their gymnastics and their football and their soccer. Well, we don't want them to miss a week. Our kids deserve the same recovery period as we do.
They do.
Getting through a day of school after you've had a cold or flu for a small child
They need to
is
sleep.
monumental.
Is any of this resonating with anybody? Drop some.
Y'all,
Like,
give
what
us
do
a
you
thumbs
think?
up. Give us
If you've got like a comment that you want to throw in there that to tag along with what we're saying, or another idea to tag along with what we're saying, we'd love to hear it. So
put it up in
yay.
the comments.
Okay, the third and final tip. This is for the people who are not sick.
This is how you survive cold and flu season if you haven't been hit by the bug yet.
That's right.
You ready for this?
Use your character strength of generosity.
Generosity.
That's right. Gear that baby up. So if you see someone dropping a comment on Facebook or a text, or you hear through the grapevine that they're sick, and you have the capacity to make them dinner, bring them a care package, offer to pick their kids up, by all means do it.
Please
By all
do
means.
it.
And check even just a simple text of checking in. Hey, how are you doing? I heard you're sick, or I heard you had surgery. Like, how's the recovery going? Do you know
Yes.
how far it goes just
So
to
far.
know someone is thinking about you?
Especially when you are just down. You know,
Huge.
when I was sick, I was just worried about, are my kids going to find something in the pantry to eat? Do people have what they need to get to school? Who's making sure that, whatever, fill in the blank. And to just hear from a friend who says something like, hey, are you hanging in there? I heard you've been sick for 3 days. I have extra chicken. I can bring over some chicken tacos and drop them off if that would be helpful. You know what? I can't wait
To repay the
exactly.
favor.
I cannot wait to repay Tracy Mann and Jesse Stoneberg and Jennifer Kelly. Like, I can't wait to be able to do that for them because I was a recipient and I know how much it helps.
Totally helps. What do you always say? This is like Jordan's tagline when we're together.
Oh, now you threw me off.
Oh, okay, I'll say it. Generosity begets generosity.
Generosity.
It's like a continual train that keeps on going, right? So if you are generous with people, the generosity comes back to you, right?
Exactly.
And when we think about being in a community with people, like that's the whole point of community, is to be there for each other however we can show up generously and with just checking in and letting them know we're thinking about. Teresa says, I need more friends like that.
Teresa, find them.
Yep.
We encourage it. Those are your people. Those are people you want to be with. People who care, people who are willing to sacrifice something of themselves in order to give you something when you're in need.
Yeah.
Those are going to be your people, Teresa.
We do, actually, if you're not already in, we have a Families of Character Facebook group called Thrive Families. And it's actually where you can find people like that. We're all kind of parents looking out for each other, and we pop up little questions and stuff like that where we need like maybe little parenting advice, or what about this, or what about that. And sometimes people throw articles in there about encouraging, just kind of going against the grain, because when you're a parent who is parenting intentional, sometimes it's hard to go against the grain with your kids, and it's good to have that encouragement. So there is that if you want to join that Facebook group.
And find your people.
Find your peeps.
And you
Yep.
can't just be a taker. You can't. I gotta say that. You can't just be the one that's always complaining on social media, talking about all your problems, but not
Let's get real.
being willing to get outside of yourself and help other people too, right? So again,
It's true.
you're gonna be helped and you're gonna help
Be a
others.
giver.
It's so
And then,
awesome.
but that really is the point is when you use the character strength of generosity, let's say you are down and out, right? Let's say you decide to make soup for the person at school who's got 5 kids and sick, and you drop it off, and you drop it off on their front porch. If you're gonna make that, why don't you? Jordan made this point. Why don't you make a little bit extra and stick it in your freezer too? So
Yes.
if by chance it does happen,
Your family gets hit with the bug, you got a little
you've
backup
got a little
in the
backup.
freezer.
You've taken a little pro-action
That's
because
right.
you were generous with someone else.
That's great. I'm so glad you brought that up because I kept thinking, I wish I had chicken soup in my freezer right now.
Yeah. Teresa, actually, she dropped another comment. I'm never generous, but I'm trying to get my daughter to help volunteering to drop off cookies this Saturday. So if you go on our website, this is not a plug, but it is kind of a plug. If you go on our website, we do have the Kindness Journal, and our journals are awesome because they help you become more of what you want to be. And generosity is actually in our Kindness Journal. So it breaks down 3 character strengths. Generosity is one of them. And so it's like helps you work on it for 30 days.
Check it
So
out.
there you go.
It's great.
If you're kind of looking for some little nuggets, that could potentially help you. There's 2. Our group, our Facebook group, and our Kindness Journal. Yeah. So
Listen, people, we got to go and eat some hot soup. So we're going to recap for you, okay? 3 strategies to help you parents get your family through cold and flu season. 1, let people know and ask for help. 2, don't rush your recovery. Be kind to yourself, guilt free. 3, be generous. You never know when you're going to need the help. So help others, be kind, guilt-free parenting, be intentional. We're going to see you next Tuesday.
Dang straight. We're going to be
11:30.
healthy.
That's right. Take care, y'all.
Thanks for joining us. If you loved this, share it. That'd be great. Thanks, guys.
Bye.